It is still iBrand Daybreak, and I have with me in the studio two gentlemen who will be briefing us on the beginning of the newly elected Akwa Ibom State Governor in person of His Excellency Governor Umo Bassey Eno. The appointments that he has made so far, expectations, and of course of the Arise agenda. And to, of course, further this conversation with me this morning is Mr. Ubong Thompson and Henry Igwebike, who are both editors-in-chief of Ithai People Africa. You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining me this morning.
It's nice being here today. Thank you.
Who is
I'm Ubong Thompson.
Okay, and you are Henry. Yes. All right, so I don't want to mix that up.
It's okay.
All right, so let's start with the appointments. I want to take it from borrow a leaf from how that at the federal government level, the president has said he's looking at technocrats, people who have special skills in several areas, for the appointments at that level. And I want to believe that, you know, such would want to be replicated at the state level. And now His Excellency the Governor has started appointments. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I would like to say that His Excellency Governor Umo Eno has started very, very well, being that the appointment he has made so far has been, you know, seasoned technocrat that has been in the field of, you know, politicking and area of their life for some times, and they have really showed themselves to be capable hands, competent in the area of their appointments. For instance, the SSG has been, you know, at the forefront of governance in the state. It has been among the team that produced the successive governors, and even participate in the campaign process and held in sensitive positions. And with that, in fact, the SSG is one person that has turned out, and that, I believe, is what you know, according him the opportunity to be appointed as the SSG. And then we also have the Chief Press Secretary, which has also been very, very instrumental to the emergence of this particular government. And you also talk about the economic advisor, who happened to be a lecturer in the Department of Economics in the University of Uyo. And she has shown herself to be very, very useful and competent in the economic improvement of the state. So, in all, they have all you know, shown themselves to be, you know, competent, and that's why you see the appointment coming in their favor.
All right, so let's look at the Arise agenda. It bothers on development, agricultural, infrastructural, education, and, you know, so many other positivities embedded in that conversation. Give us a more, let's shed more light on the Arise agenda.
Okay,
basically.
So basically the Arise agenda is a blueprint, is a document, a well-calculated, created a document by the person of Pastor Umo Eno, who is the governor of Akwa Ibom State. And the Arise agenda, you know, just like it is, you know, stated, is basically meant to unearth, you know, the greatness that would, if I would use the word, the greatness that would be what Akwa Ibomites would experience. And I'm so proud of it. And the reason it is so is because it has together all the elements that create sustainability for any economy, which I sincerely believe that Akwa Ibomites would in the future, you know, become a part of. For us as an advocacy group, our intent and our desire is to reinterpret the Arise agenda, reinterpret it such that the least of Akwa Ibomites and Nigerians can understand the importance of what this Arise agenda is bringing home. you know, and we're so proud of it. Why? Because it's a different thing having a blueprint. It's a different thing having a document. It's another thing having somebody of great capacity to fleshing out this document, and that is what Pastor Umo Eno is going to do. And we're so proud of it. We want to identify with it. I would love to assure Nigerians, but most importantly Akwa Ibomites, that the Arise agenda is here to transform and retransform the society for the better.
And we've had several agendas from several past governments. A lot of times it's in the air in the beginning. We're breathing it in and out. The conversation surrounding it almost never ends. But after a while, it's like the chair dies down. Do you see a political will? And are there practical steps set out to achieving this agenda?
You know, that is why I did state the capacity of the person in charge now. You know, this is someone who has been an entrepreneur for 25 years. This is someone who has shown, you know, greatness in his past endeavors, and with that, there is no doubt that he is bringing something different. And the reason I am saying this is because his predecessors, okay, have done so very much. You know, I love to believe that Akwa Ibom State today is one of those states that, if juxtaposed with other states in the country, you would really, you know, get to admire it, because it came from a state that was nowhere before to a state that is somewhere today. And what this governor is going to do with the Rise agenda, it's not just, you know, he's been, you know, talked about as a talk and do person, and that is what he's bringing to the table, because it's very important we understand the trajectory of every personality that we hold accountable, and he has shown it. He has shown it, because someone who hasn't been successful prior cannot be successful after, and that is what he is bringing to the table. So I'm very, very confident that what he is bringing to the table, you know, are technocrats, people whom he believes in, people whom he feels and are sure, okay, that they are going to have a team to really, you know, bring to sustenance everything they have in the document.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, to add to that, you can see for instance, there has been some form of criticism, you know, that the governor is supposed to have started, you know, implementation of the Arise agenda, but the governor in several fora has informed the public that he is not in a haste, you know, that he has come to stay, you know, that the Akwa Ibomites should be patient, that they voted for him, and he is here to do their bidding, that in carrying out the Arise agenda, he's going to, you know, form a group of you know, technocrat to fully interpret, you know, the concept of the Arise agenda, so that all the team members that is going to assemble and even the populists will be carried along. They will understand and the rules they have to play in the success of the Arise agenda. So I believe with the way the governor has paddled the affairs so far, he has begun so very well. He has done a lot of consultation with the youth, with the stakeholders, with the workers, and so on, and is making sure that the Arise agenda blueprint goes to every nooks and crannies of the state, so that they will be able to participate. Because without the populists participating in the Arise agenda, the whole blueprint, the whole program will not achieve its aim. So that is what the governor, His Excellency Pastor Umo Eno, is bringing to the table. And by the end of the training that is going to be carried out, sensitization, awareness, informing the whole populace, will understand that there is need to work collectively. And that is what we are advocating for, that there is need for participatory democracy, such that the dividends will be beneficial to everyone.
All right, a lot of questions popping in my head this morning. I'm hoping we would have time to exhaust them, but also let us get back to the agenda and break it down. I understand it's 5-point based, and that is, if I'm not mistaken, there is for agricultural revolution, rural development, infrastructural maintenance, advancement, security management, and education advancement. If you look at these 5 points, these are sectors of the economy that has generally been said to have degenerated a lot, especially the education sector. I want to hear, I'm hoping you can tell me that, the breakdown on, what should be expected in these sectors in the next 4 years.
Now, I think going into that, I think it's very important to understand where the state is when it comes to education. I won't say they have fared so well. Especially when you take a look at the data, the statistics. For example, taking WAEC, for example, they haven't fared so very well. And what the Arise agenda, especially when it comes to education, is going to do is taking it a step higher, okay, pushing the envelope a little bit. Now, what is expected in that? What is expected is having a system that helps to train and retrain teachers, educators, on the importance of them understanding the symbolic value in their job. Now, for you to get a child or a student that hasn't been doing very well in school to start doing very well and possibly coming out with A's in WAEC, it's not just about coming to say, I wish you a good luck. It doesn't stop at that, and it wouldn't even give you the results that you expect. But what is expected is having the educator understand the importance of giving back to the students, and that starts from retraining, training and retraining. So what the Arise agenda is doing with respect to education is equipping the teachers and educators on the importance of them knowing that they are a very important element to the success of education in the state. So when that is achieved, when that ground is achieved, then the possibility of having the best students would begin to unearth itself. Then secondly, the executive governor in his manifesto equally promised that there would be some sort of encouragement, especially to students in the higher institutions. He did say that there will be a sponsorship, okay, for students who come out tops, okay, in the university, wherever you are in Nigeria, you are an Akwa Ibomite and you come out tops, that you will be sponsored. So if, for instance, you make a first class, just be rest assured they'll take you outside of the country. Yes, such that you can go retrain yourself and you bring back what you have gotten and begin to put that into place. So what you are going to see in the next 4 years with the Arise agenda is going to be a situation where I want to believe other states will see reasons to want to copy, okay, what the Arise agenda holds in place for education. Yes. All right.
Education mentioned. What about the agricultural sector, the infrastructure? I remember that a couple of years back, Akwa Ibom used to be a city where everybody wanted to run to go and relax for, sightseeing and all that. And just for over a while now, it's, I don't want to say it's become a shadow of itself, but it's not what it used to be. And that boils down, maybe not entirely, but of course to the infrastructural state of the environment at the time. Let us get a breakdown of that as well.
When it comes to infrastructure, I would beat my chest any day, any time, that in the south of Nigeria, including even the southeast of Nigeria, Akwa Ibom State, beats the rest when it comes to infrastructure.
You're blowing your trumpet.
Yes,
now,
no, it is. It is. The facts are there. You go there and you see for yourself. Akwa Ibom has one of the best roads in Nigeria. One of the best roads in Nigeria. And that is because successive governments over the years understand the importance of infrastructure to the society, and that they have done. So when it comes to infrastructure, that is there. Right? So what we are rather praying for right now is proper utilization of such infrastructure by growing the capacity of indigents, letting them understand that the environment is there. Remember, it's very important we note that it is not the business of government to put food on your table. It's the business of government to provide an enabling environment such that investors now can begin to come, so that indigenes will begin to understand their importance in the society by creating capacity for themselves, in addition to what the government is doing. Let's take agriculture, for example. The Arise agenda hopes to digitize the agricultural base. All right, when it comes to seafoods, no other state provides more seafood than Akwa Ibom. No other states. All right, so what they are doing basically is creating a digital platform that makes it easier for produce to get to the final people without it getting spoiled or rotting away in the chain.
All right, just before I let you go, Thompson, while you were speaking, you mentioned how that there's been consultations with different people, I mean, between the governor and the people of Akwa Ibom State. I'd like you to answer me this. Are we going to see a government that is more inclusive with, of course, the women and the youth?
Yeah, I think in my earlier notes, I've mentioned that the governor has begun very, very well, and that can be seen the way and manner he had to reconcile with the former governor of Akwa Ibom State, Chief Gospel Akpabio, which is laudable, and that has doused every form of tension in the state. Across party lines. You know, you can see some of the YPP State House of Assembly members, you know, participating in the State House praise and worship, and you begin to see, you know, the inclusiveness of politicking in every area, uniting the whole entire Akwa Ibomite. So we can talk about the engagement that the women has become, women and youth are very important sector of people in his government, and that is why he is particularly about moving all the youth from the street, creating jobs, reducing poverty, increasing the stability of price. I mean, economic empowerment. In fact, in the agricultural sector, he has, you know, he has stated that he's going to make sure that he empower the youth and the women, creating agricultural hubs for farmers. You see a situation where farmers are, you know, you don't need to take your farm produce to the market anymore. With the digitalization of the, you know, the agricultural sector by this present government, we will see how farmers can sell their farm produce right from their farms, because we advocate that an intermediary system should be set up where you have a situation where these intermediaries go to the farm, collect the stocks, and then act as a platform where even the buyers can, you know, assess different farms and what are available in such farms, and then the pricing will come into place. So they buy directly from the farm. That will reduce the cost of production and make more, you know, profits for the farmers. So this is the ways I know, if well implemented, the youth in all sectors participating in agriculture, the women will be empowered, there will be skill acquisition, and what have you. Right. So that will really add value to the whole system.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. I really appreciate your time. Hopefully, of course, as the government and their plans continue to unfold, we'll keep having opportunities like this to keep talking about it. But for now, I really have to let you go. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you so very much
for having us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It is still iBrand Daybreak. When we return from this quick timeout, the Love Doctor will be around, of course. Love, they say, makes the world go round, right? Abusing money. Any of the above. But the Love Doctor will be here with us. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us.